Yerp. What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for July 28th, 2025, the last week of the month. We have just a few more days. Thursday's going to be the last day of the month. Then we start off the next month on Friday for August. Just going to give everybody another 4 minutes to join. We'll give everybody till 7:40. Then we will get started. Sorry for the late start for tonight, guys. This week I'm packed. Gonna be super busy this week, but it's all good. I know there's gonna be at least one day that I won't even be home before 7:30. So there's definitely gonna be one session this week where it's gonna be like 8, maybe 8:30. But as always, again, these live sessions are recorded and posted. So if you guys, not if you guys want, you guys should watch this session before the live trading session in the morning. You guys should watch the recording, update your charts if something is incorrect, and then watch the live trading session. And then again, if you guys have any questions, especially for the ones who are going to be watching the recording, if you guys have any questions, you guys could always leave them in the comments. You could always message us in the Discord, leave it in the, you could either message me privately in Discord or you could put it in the Vice chat. Whatever you guys are most comfortable with. But again, just gonna give everybody another 3 minutes till 7:40, and then we'll get started. Bro, I am freezing. It is cold in this house today, but I do not want to wear a hoodie because I don't be hot. That's the problem. There was a few. Well, I only saw one trade last night, which was on AUD CAD. I didn't execute on it. I really didn't like it. It's a small pair, right? And we'll talk about this pair first, before we even get started with the session. Hindsight's always a bitch, right? But as you guys know, we had a gap at the beginning of the week. So as soon as the market opened, I'm like, all right, cool. We had the inducement of the high, right? The exhaustion candle. We printed a 1 hour engulfing candle. We had a 1 minute change of character break, but I wasn't targeting STP, right? The only thing I want to target, especially when we have a gap in the market, especially when price is still on an uptrend, it's the gap. Right, so I just made a decision. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna take this trade. For what? This is a 10 pip stop loss for a 7-8 pip TP. It's not even a 1-to-1. Wouldn't even be worth it. Now, obviously, in hindsight, if you would have held it to at least STP for the day at 38 pips, right? 38 pips in this area, this would have been, right, a nice 25, right, a 1-to-2 trade. This is not bad, but it wasn't what I was targeting, right? It doesn't follow the plan. Whenever there's a gap in the market, I'm always just targeting the gap closure. Now, you always have to have the reason as to why. Jumper, Lewis, why do you only target the gap? Because again, time has shown over and over and over again, especially when you're catching a pullback, the only thing price has to do is fill that gap up, and then it could continue the trend. Obviously, with this trade, it continued and it went down to the ADR of the day, right? So if you caught this trade, congratulations. I wasn't the one catching this. It's all good, right? But again, the market has shown time and time again, with all the years that I've been trading, the years of backtesting that I have, I understand the rules of the gap. I understand the rules of the market makers. It's the same thing with the 372s. Why are you only targeting the high on the third day? Why are you not going for STP or ADR? The only thing price has to do is create that new high or create that new low, and then it could go the opposite way. It's the same thing with the gaps. So in this case, again, last night I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to risk this trade. It's not even a risk. It's just not worth it, right? A trade that wouldn't even be a 1-to-1, not worth it. It's not worth my time. Obviously, again, when I woke up in the morning, it was 6 in the morning, I was down here. I'm like, wow. Really could have just held this trade up until I woke up in the morning. We would have cashed out. Would have been perfectly fine. But again, it's not part of the rule set, so it's all good. Just gonna give everybody 1 more minute to join, and then we'll get started. We'll update the charts. We'll do everything we needed to do. AU was also another one I was looking at, but we didn't get no engulfing candles or anything. But it was pretty much a similar move, right? Exhaustion candles at the high, targeting the gap. But once again, the entry that would have been on the 1 minute change of character break that you guys just saw that I deleted off the 1 minute time. Again, this would have been a 10 pip TP. It's not worth it. It's not worth my time. Again, in hindsight, yes, alright, we would have targeted the 372. But again, oh, if you had a 372, why didn't you target the 372? Once again, the rules that we have with everything. We have a gap in the market to start the week off, right? Thursday and Friday gave us 2 days of drop, but we opened up the week with a gap. What does a gap do in the market? It resets the trend. And again, if I would have taken this trade, I wouldn't have even targeted the 372. I would have just targeted that gap closure. Again, in hindsight, beautiful trade, straight to profit, all the way down to the ADR for the day, but it's not part of the plan, right? So we'll get started here. I just want to give everybody a few minutes, but again, I know it's late for a lot of the people in our group since these guys are from other places in the world. Give me 1 second. So I'm also talking to some other people right now. I'm just a whole bunch of things that I missed today. A lot of messages. Take a sip of water real quick and then we'll get started. Alright, let's get started. So again, this is the isolation session. Don't really have to update anything. I don't believe we had anything really to update on the daily or the full hour for this entire week. So it's gonna be a pretty quick session. It's the first session of the week. So, and again, it is the last week of the month. So usually these are very slow times, right? So we'll just talk about the pairs. We'll say where we're at, what we're looking for. We'll go to the 30-minute, update the 30-minute if need be, and then we'll go on from there. So this session really shouldn't take longer than 20-25 minutes. So let's get started. So AU, we know we're still in an overall downtrend. We're in level 3, looking for price to give us a set lower high. Now, price finally reached our first point of interest. Mr. Kendo, what's good, my brother? We know we reached the first point of interest, which was 800 EMA. Now, we're still in an uptrend. We're still making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and we're still at a higher high. Price coming down for a higher low. So, at this moment, still not really looking to take any of these trades going short, right? The trades from a higher high going into the higher low, perfect. But at this area right now, not really interested. You ain't texting me back about what you thought, bro. I've been busy as fuck. I just got home. I saw the message though. I read it. I haven't had time to respond to it. That's my bad. I've been busy as fuck today. So right now, just gotta be patient, right? We were at a higher high coming back down into a higher low. So again, we just want to be patient. Once AU gives us the change of character, break of structure back down to the bottom, then we'll start taking those trades. Price came back up, gave us a change of character higher high, so we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. 3 days of drop. We already know after 3 days of drop, the market must move sideways or go up. Now, the fact that we have a gap in the market to start off the week resets the trend. So technically speaking, this is 1 day of drop. Could price continue and go a little bit lower? Absolutely. Right, so we'll keep an eye on AU. What's been going on? Nothing, man. Just been chilling, Any trades today? Last night, AUD CAD, but that was pretty much it. Small trade. What I was saying at the beginning of the stream, like hindsight, could have been a trade that you could have held for STP, even ADR, right? But whenever we have a gap in the market, just targeting the gap, right? And this wouldn't have been not worth it, right? 7 pip TP, 10 pip stop loss, not even a 1-to-1 trade, so nothing really on my side. Then, obviously we woke up, everything already hit STP or ADR for every single pair, so there was really nothing on the plate for today. But you know who did really good today? Booba, bro. Congratulations to him. He got it, bro. He got it down packed. Had a conversation with him. I'm like, yo, you know, he was telling me like, oh, dude, I just want to trade, just catch the one to ones, one to twos, and I'm like, brother, like, we have a tool that allows us to know how much a market is gonna move every single day. Use STP. And he's like, yo, you know what? You're right. And he took his live account, $200 to $634 or 639, some shit like that. 239% increase on a live account. My brother, you gotta understand, people drool to do that shit, and it's possible. Right? Again, I say this story every single time. When I first started trading live accounts, I was taking live accounts from $200 to 2,500, $3,000. That's how I was paying bills when I first started trading live accounts. And this was after 3-4 years of learning how to trade. This was after 8 months of consistent profits on a demo account. And then I opened up a live account. So he's finally seeing it, bro. I just told him, like, yo, you just gotta stay consistent with it. Like, those stupid ass losses you be taking for no reason, like, minimize those losses and you're good. And what I was telling him, I'm like, yo, the one to ones are good, the one to twos are good. Like, if that's what you want to do, but you gotta understand, if you're trading a one to one or a one to two, you better be winning 8 out of 10 trades. And if you're not winning 8 out of 10 trades, trading one to ones, one to twos, then you're done. Like, you're gonna blow your account. So risk management is a key factor in the conversation anyway, right? Because one mistake on a very big pair like US30 or gold, you're gonna blow your entire account. Or you probably won't even blow your entire account, but all your profits, if you don't know what you're doing, trading US30, trading GJ, trading gold, that shit is very bad. You could lose your account very quick trading those big pairs like that, especially if you're only trying to get one to ones or one to twos anytime you step up to the charts. So, but for real though, congratulations to him, bro. I was fucking, when he texted me that this morning, I was super happy. I was like, yo, yes, like, fuck, finally, man. So he just has to stay consistent with it, and he'll be chilling. But again, guys, I'm pretty much just gonna go through these pairs, just talk. If there's nothing to talk about, we'll go through it quick. We'll talk about most of these pairs tomorrow morning anyway. So again, I'm just here gonna update the charts. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Any pairs in specific you want me to go over, let me know. EA level 3, we're already reaching peak high, right? We're still a few pips away from peak high. We're still in an uptrend. Nothing to really talk about on the daily or the 4-hour. Price is just still moving sideways, right? So just gonna keep it simple today, guys. Just gonna keep it simple. It's the first isolation session for the week. We'll just update our charts tomorrow morning in the live trading session. Whether or not there's any trades in the morning when I wake up, I'll still be up. I'll still turn the stream on. We'll talk about what I'm looking at, and then we'll go on from there. ECAD. ECAD is already in peak high territory, so this is a pair that I am not going to be trading. And in peak high, price is just moving sideways. We also had a gap on this one, right at the bottom, which price came back down quick and filled it up. Right, we're still trading between the higher high over here, right, this 30-minute high up here, and these 30-minute lows down here. Gave us a rise drop, but again, we're in peak high territory, so I am not expecting price. Obviously, we have such a steep pullback for the day. I'm not expecting price to come back up and give us that 4th day push to the top side. On top of everything else, again, we have a gap in the market, resets the trend, so not going to be expecting price. Damn, what happened with all these pairs? Just fucking plummeted down? Shit's crazy. What happened with US30 real quick? Yeah, that's what I thought. A lot of people yesterday, oh, a lot of news with the tariffs. Right before the market opened. Oh, we're gonna start buying. Buying. Do you guys know how tariffs work? Long term, yes. Completely sure about it being buys. Short term, that shit's gonna sell. But what do I know, man? I don't fucking know anything about the markets, bro. I'm just here for the vibes. EU level 2 on an uptrend. We're trading at a higher high still. Again, nothing really to update. I'm expecting price to give us a steeper pullback. So once we get the pullback, again, the place that I'm expecting EU to give us a pullback to is down to this 30-minute gap down here, where the 200 EMA is, again, in level 2 on an uptrend. We're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. So I am expecting price for EU to continue to fall for a little bit, which is good, right? It's exactly what we want to see. And then on the 30-minute, we had a change of character, lower low, lower high, gave us a break of structure, lower low. So we're trading now between the 30-minute lows down here. Don't really have a set low just yet, but we'll add it here anyway. Last red candle before the push. What's the lowest candle? The wick is pretty much similar. I'm going to keep it here. Right, and then we're trading between this 30-minute high up here. And then we had another day of drop. And again, 3 days of drop. After 3 days, the market must move sideways or go up. But again, the fact that we have a gap in the market to start the week off resets the trend. So for EU, before I even consider taking a trade here, have to just wait it out, see what price wants to do. Right, we'll let price develop. What is price doing right now? Just moving sideways. Right, at this point, everybody already taking buys. We're just guessing that price is going to go up because, oh, price went down, so it has to go up. Right, there's nothing here. There's nothing for us here to be like, oh yeah, price is going to go up. Right, nothing. If anything, everything looks downtrend. Right, if you're looking at the trends, if you're looking at candlestick analysis, if you're looking at the EMAs, even if you trade patterns, right, what type of pattern is this? Change of character, break of structure down all the way with no pullback. This is a flag post pattern. We got a retracement between 23.8 and 38.6, and that's when we'll see price continue to push down to the bottom. And if you don't believe me, again, we could add the fib. Right, it'll be exactly where we drew it out. I missed it by a little bit. I'll be expecting a pullback between 23.6 and 38.2, somewhere in these areas, to then continue to push. That's exactly what EU looks like it wants to do. So again, we'll just have to be patient with a lot of these pairs. Again, nothing out of the usual. Right? It's the last week of the month. This is usually the time where the market makers are trapping traders. So again, it'll most likely be a very slow week for us here. I'm excited because now that I finally got the apartment shit out of the way, I can finally start funding my funding account. Each week I get paid every Tuesday, so 500 a week. Yeah, that's fire. I'm a couple 100K account, weekly payouts, and start the journey, man. Minimizing the stupid losses. Then the vision we have for the company. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I'm excited for that 100K, man. That shit's gonna get the ball moving for sure. Right? It's gonna make it more simple, I could say. That's really what it is. It's gonna make it a lot more simple. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna hop in Discord once you go off. Alright, bet. We can hop in Discord for a little bit. I got scrims at 8:30 too, so. But I'll be in the Discord. I got you. There's a LAN event here in Florida. I think it's September. I think is what they told me. I don't remember. I think September. I don't remember the date, but they hit me up. They're like, "Yo, come play." I'm like, "All right, I guess." So I don't know what I got myself. Well, I know what I got myself into, bro. I've been so fucking tired, bro. I hate this. Like, I really do. Like, one thing I'll always say, like, I miss competing. I just don't miss the schedule. I don't miss the intensity. I don't miss being tired all fucking day. Like, but it's fun though, bro. Like, I really do miss it. I really do. Especially now, these type of months when it's champs and then EWC, and it's just like, man, that should be me on main stage, man. It should be me. The fucking dashies and finals again, bro. Like, that should be me, man. I was putting that fucking clown down for so many years. But whatever, bro. It is what it is. Somebody called me Dashy Jr. yesterday. I felt so disrespected. Like, Dashy Jr., bro. Like, what? I had to find a clip from Vanguard. I'm like, yo, this guy said he was scared to play against me because I fucking shit on him. He's like, yo, is this guy really capable of this? Like, yeah, I've been capable, brother. You ain't gonna fucking win a gun. You're not gonna win an easy gunfight against me, man. That's a fact. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. So one thing about me is I don't lose my ones. And we see it from time and time again. I don't lose my ones. That shit's just impossible. I'm a nerd. As much as people think these pros are nerds, man, I'm a fucking nerd. I really be doing this. Hop on the game after fucking years of not playing, and all of a sudden I'm Pope again. What the fuck? What the fucky? GA, we're in peak high territory, so this is another one that I'm not going to be touching. I'm not going to be trading GA. Very similar to ECAD. You say you hate it, but in the feeling of being tired, knowing you put in the work is the most. Yeah, exactly. No, like that's facts. That's really what it is. I'm gonna lock in with COD once I get the new apartment. I gotta earn the apartment with consistent profitability. Yes, sir. Nah, bro, you got it, bro. Like again, the same shit I be telling Booba. Like, I wouldn't be telling you guys it's possible if I didn't think you guys had the skill set to do it, right? And the skill set is there. The same shit I told Ivan the other day. The same shit I told Austin the other day. Like, you guys have been trading for X amount of time already, right? And you, Kendall, you out of everybody, you've been trading the least amount of time. And in my opinion, not even an opinion, it's facts. You're the one that's the most knowledgeable when it comes to it. Like, you did exactly what you needed to do, which was consistency with one fucking shit that you learned. You backtest it, and it's not just backtesting for 2 days. Nah, but you fucking sat there and backtested for how many months? You're still backtesting now, but you went fucking crazy. You did exactly what you literally did the same shit I did, bro. Fucking 16 hours on the charts just backtesting every single pair, every single strategy that we do. And again, like, your charts are literally identical to mine. Exactly what it's supposed to be. So, if I didn't think you guys had the ability to do what it is that you have to do, then I wouldn't say it. But you guys got it, bro. This shit is super fucking simple. Super fucking simple. So you got that shit. Same shit I told Booba, bro. Like, yo, fuck the prop firms. Fuck all that other shit. Get a live account. Start trading with your live account. You'll see the difference. Because the problem is, trading a prop firm, you have to pass the first challenge and the second challenge, and 3 months go by and you're still in the challenge. And then you finally get your live account, and the fucking prop firm tells you that you breached the account because they can't pay you out. Like, yo, that shit's for the birds, bro. All the profits you guys could have already seen on your live accounts, but you're wasting time doing challenges. Like, for what? Think about that. So, but again, I will say it, prop firms are a good tool to get you to where you need to be at. But that's only if you are already knowledgeable about the market. You shouldn't use prop firms as a tool to learn how to trade. That's what paper trading is. That's what demo trading is. If you're using a prop firm to learn how to trade, then I don't know what to tell you. You're just, in my opinion, slow. You're just slow. Like, the shit doesn't even make sense. Been having faith and action at the forefront. Goku and Vegeta, yes sir. I like that. Excited for how we could really change the world. Yeah, no, I was even today. I was like, dude, I should hit up my high school teacher, bro, the one that be doing all this shit. But before I hit him up, bro, I gotta get the ball rolling. Gotta get the ball rolling before I hit him up, cause he's a serious dude, bro. I can't be hitting him up and not have anything ready for 2-3 months. Especially again, like if we do this shit with the schools, you know, school's about to start in 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, so this will have to be possibly something we do during next summer, going into the next school year for 2027. So, but it's all good. Nah, but that Goldman Sachs idea is a little bit different. Like, we got that shit with Goldman Sachs already. Everything we need for Goldman Sachs, we have it. But for the schools, a little bit different, right? Because you got to think about, gonna be 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, a little bit different. I can't be talking the way I talk to you guys here, right? So I'll just have to remake everything that we already have. So it's gonna be a little different, but nah, for Goldman Sachs, all that shit's already made. Like I said, that shit's been made. That shit's done already. Whenever the hell they hit us up, you know, we'll have everything ready for them. But when it comes to the school, that's a little bit different. And that's another thing, yeah. I want to make sure that I'm chilling, like, be able to take a few days, few weekends off, and just handle business. That's the next part. Alright, so GJ, let's lock in here, boys. It's almost done pretty much. There's really not a lot, bro. GJ, we're just stuck in a zone of consolidation, still in an uptrend. In a lower time frame, we're stuck in a consolidation zone as well. Just been moving sideways for the last couple weeks. We still have that gap at the top of the market, right? So, again, this is good, right? Because if price, what I was expecting from last week, what I wanted to see, but instead we just got price to consolidate in this area for 5 days. I want to see an inducement of the low. Now, at this point, do I think we're gonna get it? I don't know. I think it's still too early to tell. Um, but I would love to see an inducement of these lows, same thing that we drew down here, right? To then continue this push to the top side, especially having this 30-minute gap up here at the top. This is just makes it a lot more clear for us. Like, we already know price has to come up and fill this gap up, right? So the question isn't whether or not it's going to do it. The question is, when is it going to do it, right? Waiting for the right time to take the trade. There's a lot of traders who took GJ during yesterday's session, right? Or today's session, I guess. And cool, they were in profit. They took a lot of screenshots. I hope they cashed out. Again, we're stuck in a zone of consolidation, right? We're just moving sideways. Price has been rejecting these highs for how long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different times. Five different times, right? For us to say that we're expecting price to break out of these highs and just go straight green candles is delusional of us. Doesn't make any sense. We know price has to give us a break. So again, at this moment for GJ, going to keep an eye on it for sure, just like every other pair. But I can't sit here and say that, oh, GJ is ready to be traded. How? What is price doing? It's just moving sideways. There's no trends. There's no breaks. Price is just rejecting highs and rejecting lows in these areas. So GJ is another pair that, again, tomorrow morning, that'll be it. Like, today's isolation session is going to be very boring. There's really not a lot to talk about, right? GU, we're at a higher high in level 2 rise on an uptrend, right? We had push 1 first zone consolidation. We had the break. We had the retest. This is the second push that we're looking at for level 2. Trading at a higher high, very similar to EU. I'm expecting price to give us a pullback at least to the 200 EMA here on the daily time frame. So not really a lot to talk about, right? On the 4 hour, I'll update this tomorrow. I'm not going to do this just yet since we don't have a set low, but we have a change of character on the 4 hour time frame. Price making higher high, higher low, higher high, came down and finally gave us a little break on the 4 hour time frame. So gave us a little change of character down to the bottom. We had 2 days of drop, today being the third day, gave us that third day push. After 3 days of drop, we know the market's either going to move sideways or go up. We had a change of character, lower low, lower high. We had the break of structure, lower low. So again, we're still just downtrending. So for most of these pairs, like I said earlier, just gotta be patient, wait for price to start trending again, and then we'll start taking the trades. We're trading now between this 30-minute high up here and these 30-minute lows down here. Love you, man. I love you too, my brother. V1, A1 under above 800 or on 800. Yep. V1 first zone consolidation. A1 is first zone consolidation. First zone consolidation is either gonna on V1. It's either going to be under or on. On A1, it's either going to be over or on or under the 800 EMA. NZD USD. We're still on a downtrend in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push back down to the previous peak low territory. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Nothing to update on the daily. On the 4 hour time frame, we have 2 weeks of drop on the third week, which was last week. Right, let's update this. I thought I updated this in the weekly market breakdown. What happened? Did I miss? I probably missed this pair because I didn't even have this highlighted when I hopped on the chart just now. So let's update this real quick just so we can have this here. Add a few lines here. Sunday at 5 p.m. That's when the market opens. Again, this is just the weekly on the 4-hour time frame, looking at how price moves on a week-to-week basis. Right, price ended up giving us a week of rise, so we didn't get that third push, and again, that's okay because price was still on an uptrend, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we already knew that these third week lows last week were very low probability. And then on the 30-minute time frame, we had a day of drop on Thursday. Friday gave us a second day of drop, and then today, Monday, when the market opened, gave us that third push back down to the bottom. But again, we're still trading higher high, higher low, and higher high. So NZD USD, just gotta be patient. Wait for price to turn around, and we'll start attacking the charts once we start trending. It was already 8:06, bro. Fuck. US 30. Right, so this 1 hour engulfing candle has been invalidated. On the 4-hour and daily time frame, price finally broke above, but it broke with a gap in the market. So I wouldn't even consider this a break just yet, right? It's definitely not a break on the daily time frame. Again, on the 4-hour, could we say it's a break because it closed above the wicks and it's yeah. But we opened up with a very, very big gap in the market. With that being said, gonna be patient with US 30. I'm gonna want to see price trend on the 30-minute, right? We also have 2 weeks of rise. With that being said, could we expect a third week push? Yeah, but price already gave us that third week push as soon as the market opened. So not really gonna be expecting price to continue. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry, my sister called me. She invited me to go to the Keys. To Key West. She's like, yeah, we're gonna go on the weekday. A weekday? I work. I got trades to catch. I ain't going to the fucking Keys on a weekday. You're bugging. Same thing with here on the 30-minute, right? Like, could we say this is higher high, higher low, higher high? We can. But the fact that price gave us this push, again, with a crazy gap in the market, I'm going to leave it like this for now. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not going to mark this up as higher high, higher low, higher high, right? For now, I'm not going to do that. Again, tomorrow morning, once we have a little bit more data printed on the chart, we'll go off of that. But again, a lot of these pairs are just, I'm really just updating this, guys. There's really not a lot to talk about. There's really not a lot to talk about. USD CAD on an uptrend. We have 3 days of rise already. After 3 days, the market must move down or go sideways. We're still technically trading lower low, lower high, lower low. So we're still in a lower high. I'm not going to be trading until price turns around. Now, USD ZAR looks a little bit better. We had the change of character. We have the break of structure. The only thing with USD ZAR, again, 3 days of rise. Very similar to USD CAD. After 3 days of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. So again, looking like a very slow week this week. I'm not going to lie. Looking like a very, very slow week. But regardless, as I said, even though this session is going to be just me updating the charts, we'll still be live tomorrow morning for the live trading session. We'll talk about the pairs. If we see anything, we'll look at it. We'll take it. If there's nothing to take, then we'll just go on from there. Gold is in peak high territory, just still in the zone of consolidation, moving sideways, so I have nothing to talk about on gold. On the 4-hour time frame, we are, again, you can see the zone of consolidation. We have smaller internal time frame zones of consolidation. We're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. We have a week of drop for last week as well. This week being the third week gave us that third push to the bottom. And again, we had a day of drop, 2 days of drop. On the second day, had a gap in the market, reset the trend. So technically, this is 1 day of drop, 2 days of drop. Monday, when the market opened, again, gave us a gap in the market, resets the trend. So again, for today, we technically have 1 day of drop. So very similar to the other pairs that are trending, right? Even though we have 3 days, we have gaps in the market, resets the trend. Could price continue? Absolutely. No doubt about it. Right? And then this is a pair that started moving at 7 in the morning. So just gonna be patient. Just gonna be patient. Bitcoin, let's update this now. I love that Bitcoin moves on the weekends, man. It gives us something to look at. Right? We know that we're in peak high territory on Bitcoin, highest point in the market. We're trading at a higher high. As soon as price gave us the higher high, just started moving sideways. And we can see that a little bit clearer on the 4-hour time frame where price is just moving sideways. So again, am I going to trade when price is in a zone of consolidation? No, absolutely not. Day of drop here, 2 days of drop. After 2 days, we're looking for that third day push. Gave us a third day push. After 3 days of drop, the market must move sideways or go up. Then we ended up going up, gave us a day of rise. Then price gave us 2 days of rise. And then today being the third day, gave us that third day push. As soon as it gave us that third day push, it went right back down. But again, we're in peak high territory. I'm not expecting price to give us this 4th day variation back to the top side above everything else. We have such a steep pullback, and that's another reason why I'm not expecting price to give us that 4th day push. We had higher high, higher low, higher high. Price gave us a change of character, lower low. Then it gave us lower low, lower high, and now it gave us a break of structure. Did we get a valid break? Let's take a look. Right, this first red candle is a testing candle. This second red candle is a testing candle. This third red candle here was the break. So we are trading between the break of structure, lower low. Why is this zone so big? We are trading between this low and these highs up here. The highest point from here to here is over here, so this is the lower high. Now, could this be a good thing? Right, again, for the people holding Bitcoin, probably not a good thing. For the people day trading Bitcoin, it's a beautiful thing. We make money regardless. Whether it goes up or it goes down, we make money. So the good thing is we have a change of character and a break of structure, which tells us the trend has shifted. The bad thing about it, once again, we're stuck in a zone of consolidation. So be very careful taking trades. Once again, a zone of consolidation, the definition, a real definition of a zone of consolidation, is not just sideways movement. Okay, why is price moving sideways? You always have to have the reason why. Zone of consolidation is an area in the market where the market makers are trapping traders, inducing traders to get into a trade to collect their contracts. Right? Hit stop losses, hunting stop losses, or whatever you guys want to say. That is what a zone of consolidation is. So this change of character, break of structure at this moment doesn't really mean anything to me. We're stuck in a zone of consolidation. Price is moving sideways. Not gonna get trapped into these trades. Right, and then last but not least, US oil. Daily time frame. We are in level 2 on a downtrend. Price gave us a lower low, gave us the lower high. As soon as price gave us a lower high, it went down, and what is price doing? Just moving sideways. So again, just gotta be patient with oil. Gave us a week of drop, gave us 2 weeks of drop. Could we expect a 3rd week low? Absolutely. Would be very ideal for oil to give me this 3rd week low, man. Very, very ideal. So, out of every single pair, oil looks like the best one. Again, the only bad thing with oil, we're moving sideways. We're in a zone of consolidation. Very small zone of consolidation, but we are in a zone of consolidation. Price gave us lower low, lower low, change of character, higher high, right? I'm not going to mark this as higher high, higher low, higher high. All of this is part of the same structure, right? Higher high, then price came down, gave us a higher low, then came up and gave us a higher high. Now, did we get a valid break? All of these candles here were testing until this green candle closed above, and then it did give us a valid break on the 30-minute time frame. So even though we're looking for that third week push to the bottom, right now in the 30-minute time frame, we are trending to the top side. So again, just be very careful taking these trades, guys. Again, the last week of the month, don't give your profits out. You already know. Last week of the month, market makers are just trapping traders, inducing traders all day, every single day. So we're now trading between this higher high over here. We still don't really have a set high just yet, but we'll mark it up anyway. And then again, we'll update it tomorrow morning if needed. And then these 30-minute lows down here. And that's pretty much it, guys. Any questions, any other pairs you want me to look at, let me know. If not, we'll be done for the night and we'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Once again, for today, well, for tomorrow, I'm not really looking at anything. There's really nothing on my watch list. We're just going to have to wake up and check the markets tomorrow morning and then see what price wants to do. Just going to give everybody another minute. Any questions, anything at all, let me know. If not, we'll be done for the night. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Check the Discord real quick. I think everybody's good in the Discord. No questions in the Discord. All right. Yep, everybody's good in the Discord. All right. Kendo, if you're here, I'll hop in the Discord for a little bit. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your night. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out.